Horror games, I could easily survive 3.
You know, I've said this before. When it comes to scary entertainment, horror games got it. But what if we took it a step further?
Yeah.
What if instead of playing these games and controlling the characters, we went for that full immersive experience and we're in the games? Would we?
You know, playing the game is already a stretch to me, man. Horror games, they are not a blast. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know what that adrenaline rush of being chased by something that's like 6'3", 576 pounds. I don't know what thrill y'all get from that. I'm talking to you, Outlast. I don't know what thrill y'all get from that. I can't do it.
Survive? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we gonna be going over some horror games I could easily survive. And I don't got no time to spare. Y'all know what we do. Strategy, game plan, thought process, and of course, some of the ones that I can't.
Every single one. Every single one. Fears of Fathom, they're normal stories. Every single one of them solved with a gun. Bro, move on, bro.
A lot of y'all may know that I've gone over this series before, but in case you don't know it, Fears to Fathom is like any other horror game series.
Come on now.
Except these games are based on true stories. And not like The Conjuring based on a true story where they exaggerate everything, like a pencil will fall and they'll be like, "It was a demon!" Nah, I'm talking real stories with real events submitted by real people. And that makes these games automatically way scarier than other games. Last time I went over one of these, I did Carson House, which is about, spoiler alert, about your pet ex break.
Yeah, like Carson House. I played Carson House. Easy survive, man. Like, what do you mean? Look at her. Look at her build, first off. Like, yes, she has a crazy wingspan, but she's also 85 pounds at most, bro. Kick her at the ankles once, she won't be able to walk for 3 weeks. Like, come on, man.
Take it into your crib and try to kill you. I know. Relatable. So this time I decided I'll go over the latest installment of the series, Fears to Fathom, episode 5, Woodbury Getaway. In this one, we play as this girl who's planning a cabin trip with her buddies, and since it takes place in 2007 and Airbnb didn't exist yet, they rent this cheap spot through a website like back in the good old days.
That thing said, first off, let me tell y'all what I would have did. Cause they already on one right now. I don't know if y'all spotted the first mistake. It's not $99 a night. It's not rent a cabin 828. You know what I'm saying? These aren't the red flags. This thing has 2 reviews and it's a 3.1 star. Where y'all have to also remember, people pay people to gas their reviews. They pay for fake reviews. That's a real lot. So you're telling me they didn't even fake the reviews. A 3.1. Me personally, I don't do anything under 4 stars. I really don't like doing anything under 4.5 stars. 4.4 is pushing it. I don't think I'm touching 4.3. They went to a 3.1. That's their fault. That's all them.
Like back in the good old days. But on the way up there, stuff gets a little weird. First off, one of the 2 friends that was coming on the trip with you starts running late. So you're stuck alone with your other friend, which you may be like, "Oh, how was that bad?" The other friend is a dude, which wouldn't be a problem if he wasn't a dude who clearly likes you. Yeah, and he's not so discreet about it either. He's one of those, "Where my hug at?" dudes. Type of dude to smell the top of your head when he hugs you. So you know.
It smells like Tom Ford. I'm ready to drop my panties right now.
Don't get me salivate.
That's already bad. Then the area the cabin is in, the locals are just weird. And I'm not even saying that because they're all chopped. Like, you know, they're nice, but weirdly nice. Like,
I thought that was Slat for a second, this guy. First look, I thought that was Slat.
They're nice, but weirdly nice. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That ever happened to y'all? You go to another state or city and everyone there just seems off. That junk is scary. I remember one time I was in Pennsylvania visiting a friend and we stopped at the mall and it was the weirdest thing. I'm in the mall, right? And these dudes walking past me are like smiling at me and greeting me and stuff, like, ugh.
That man met pleasantries and met happy people, and it just threw off his whole equilibrium. Everything was thrown off the second he saw someone smiling. That's crazy.
Thought I was in the mall, not Chick-fil-A, bro. Keep it pushing. And just when you thought it couldn't get any weirder for our main character, when they arrive at the cabin, they find the owner of the crib just chilling there. Yeah, like imagine your Airbnb host is just kicked up at the spot you rented talking about some, "Oh, my bad, I was just fixing the sink." Like, are we serious? This is what 99 a night gets us? Or at least that's who they thought. It is 99 a night. Because after our friend leaves to go get our other friend who was running late, we're left alone with this host. And after we receive a message from the host while he's right in front of us, we realize this guy is not the host. Yup, Woodbury Getaway is about a stranger infiltrating your cabin without you even realizing it. Which is kind of like the last one we did, but he was already in there, so it's different. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with this time. And
so if the owner never told you they were there and they said they were gone, I get how you could assume like, boom, that gotta be the owner, but technically you know it's not the owner because the owner said he not there already. Man, I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. This is just too easy.
It is easy.
You telling me my opposition in this one is
It's
an
an
old man who, let's be honest, is homeless. He's illegally staying in someone else's crib. He's homeless. And what? Has a hammer for a weapon? Oh, please. At least the one from the last game was a meth head, so she had like, you know, some extra durability. But this dude is a regular. Matter of fact, I'm gonna save myself the time and the energy and do what the girl should have done when she found out this guy was a phony. If I was in this, the second I get a text message from the actual host while this phony host is right in front of me, I'm gonna simply be like, excuse me, let me go to the bathroom real quick. And I'm
leave.
texting my weirdo friend to come back immediately. He gonna come rushing back because, you know, he like me or whatever. And at the same time, I'll tell the actual host to call the cops just like in the game. And after that, it'll be happily ever after. I'll be Gucci Kabuchi. Energy saved,
that's not a hard one to
time
survive.
saved, and I didn't even break a nail.
Period. Resident Evil, which one? If we're talking about the one where we had to go find our wife, I'm not going. If we're talking about the one where his crib got blasted and they took the baby, that timeline isn't even happening because I'm not going for the wife. Resident Evil doesn't happen in my life. It just doesn't.
I know I had to bring it back. Once again, we got Resident Evil, but this time, Resident Evil 8. If you don't know this one takes place a few years after Resident Evil 7, where after saving our girl, we finally settled down and had a baby.
First off, if people felt the need to pull up to my crib, shoot it up, and take my kid, it gotta be a demon baby.
Oh my goodness, can I get an applause? Can I get an applause? But although things
gotta
started
be a
off
demon.
good,
I'm gonna give it to
something gotta go down. And this one might have one of the craziest intros to a game I've ever seen. Because within the first 2 seconds of this one, my wife, the mother of my child, the woman I hold so dear and cherish so much, gets gunned down immediately.
As she should.
Me and my baby both get kidnapped. Yup, and just like the last game, I'm tasked with rescuing my baby. But instead of it being from a Louisiana home, it is a whole castle. Yeah, just keep the baby, bro.
Exactly.
At this point, I'm gonna just do a full reset. Do you know what I went through in Resident Evil 7 to get my girl back? Just to see her get mowed down right in front of me?
It's not worth it.
Just keep it, bro. I already dealt with them hillbillies. You think I'm gonna go and rescue someone from a castle now? What you think I look like Mario?
I'm already not dealing with the hillbillies
that well for me to go face off against a freaking fish monster, a doll maker. Yeah, I know how I feel about dolls. A lady who's practically a vampire, which I don't mind this one that much. And no joke, a dude who can manipulate metal. Yeah, they got me facing
off. Going against Toph. You want me to go against Toph for a stupid baby?
Off against freaking Magneto. And that ain't even including the little minions running around and the final boss. Keep the baby, bro. I'm surviving this one. I'll move to Jamaica and just start over.
Not even moving to Jamaica, bro. I'm moving to the next town. I'm gonna forget everything happened.
This game is probably the most different one out of all of them. Yeah, it's a survival game like the rest where you're being chased by a killer. But the thing about this game is these dudes got everybody and their mama on the roster. Yeah, I'm talking Chucky, Michael Myers, Ghostface, Leatherface, Pinhead, Pyramid Head,
but it's only like 2 people at one time,
Freddy
right?
Krueger, a Xenomorph, and a Demogorgon. Like, are we serious? A Demogorgon? Y'all already had a Xenomorph.
I haven't touched this game.
And to make things worse, this is already on top of their very own roster of killers.
But I did hear about like the player base on this game loves this game. Loves it, but I haven't touched this.
This is ridiculous. Like, how am I supposed to hang? I know my strategies be elite, but if these dudes jump me, I won't even have time to think. But luckily
it depends
for me,
how many
the game isn't played like that. In the game, yeah, there's hella killers, but you face them one at a time. So with this knowledge, now do I stand a chance?
Yes.
No. Because even if you do manage to outrun these dudes, the only way to leave the airs in this game is to fix 5 generators, which is like, look at me. I look like I could do a lot of things. Swing a baseball bat, maybe run a deli, but fix a generator? Come on, y'all.
I mean, but they have regular smugglers already doing it. So if the regular smugglers can do it, I can.
Let's be real. Yeah, this is looking like a loss. And I know once the other 3 people I'm with get murked, there's a little hatch that opens up that you could escape through, but that's only if you find it. And I never did. Even in my most consistent era of playing this game, which was, I don't know, 2018, I would never find a hatch. So I'm not banking on that. I'm sorry. This one this was a loss, y'all. Don't get it twisted though. I ain't saying I'm losing to all the killers. Not when there's people like Chucky and Ghostface running around.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them.
But a majority of them, yeah, I won't lie.
I'm taking that pig, whatever that pig is. Until Dawn? Oh yeah, I'm easily surviving this. Yeah, I'm camping the cabin. I'm never coming back to the cabin. What do you mean? Or we have 2 friends who died at this cabin, and our idea is, man, let's go back so we can more than. Why can't we go back during the summer? Why does it have to be where everything has the potential of going wrong? Why does it have to be in the middle of snow? I don't like the cold. I'm not going during this time of the year. If it's only cold there at this cabin, I would have never went in the first place.
I'm not gonna lie, this may sound crazy, but this might be my favorite horror game ever. So be prepared for the yap. Until Dawn is a decision-based horror game where we follow this group of teens or young adults who are staying at a ski lodge. Pretty dope trip, I gotta do it one day. But after
Ski
playing
lodge,
a
man.
bit of a bad prank on one of their friends, it kinda sorta maybe leads to her and her sister's death. Yep.
Rip
Body's not
bozos.
found. But it's not over, because after these tragic losses, they get the bright idea to come back again the next year.
Makes sense,
2
right?
of their closest friends die because of them, and instead of calling it quits, they're like, so we bringing Uno next time?
I'm gonna spin back.
But this time when they returned to the lodge, stuff was different. Because this time, there was not 1, not 2, but 3 potential killers after them. Who are they and why are they doing it? I'll get to that in a second. And with no power in the crib or service on their phones, they have to try and survive until dawn. So yeah.
No service and no power on their phone. They had no escape route. See, that's the thing, but that's the difference between me and them. I would be prepped. I would be prepped. I'm a prepping type of guy. I like being prepared. I'm a prepared type of guy. I would be prepped. Went to a cabin, we ran out of power, and I can't just turn on the generator in the same building. The generator's in another area. Oh yeah, okay, buddy.
This won't be easy, but I always find a way. Before I even get to my strategies though, and yes,
where are they going, bro?
strategies, because I have multiple, I gotta make a few things clear when it comes to what we're facing in this game. Because when I said we're going up against 3 potential killers, I kinda lied, Because in the game, 2 of the killers ain't even like really killers. They're more like misunderstood. One is Josh, who's the brother of the sister that died because of the prank. And to me, if he actually did want to murk the whole cast, except Sam and Chris, I'd understand. You think you're just gonna indirectly kill my sisters and it's gonna be peach and the roses? Nah. Still, I wouldn't want him to, but I'd understand. Instead though, he takes on this fugazi jigsaw personality to prank them back. And the other is the flamethrower guy, who is not very well kept, but he's not a bad guy. As a matter of fact, he's actually trying to take out the real problem in this game, the Wendigo.
Yeah, the Wendigos.
Ugly, bald, monstrosity.
See, like, why do they have a butterfly tattoo? Oh, to represent the butterfly effect. So, first off, the flamethrower guy, like, he won't be a problem because he's already trying to be friendly, even though he probably has an attitude. Johnny, like, bro, look, did you look at him?
Instead, though, he takes on this fugazi jigsaw personality.
Even still, bro, he's out of here, bro. I'm not worried about him.
Guy who is not very well kept, but he's not a bad guy. As a matter of fact, he's actually trying to take out the real problem in this game, the Wendigo. A skinny, ugly, bald monstrosity. Hella strong, hella durable, hella fast, can imitate people's voices, and its only weakness is fire. This thing is
its only weakness is fire. You know me. I'm gonna get right in front of it. Better lose yourself in the moment, you won't.
Problem. And while you may be thinking, well, on the bright side, you only gotta worry about the one Wendigo, right? There are 14 of these things. Not just all roaming around. I don't want to make it seem that crazy. But if I made the wrong choices and ran into the wrong building, I could run into them. So yeah, this just went from difficult to extremely difficult. But yeah, I think I'll be good. I mean, not to brag, but I'ma brag. I got the good ending on my first run of the game. Yeah.
Good job.
I did abandon Emily in those mines though. Point is though, I got this. All right, so we already know that in the game, I'm gonna have to deal with at least one of these lanky dudes. But TBH, I'm not even thinking about that. Cause part of my first strategy is realizing all this stuff only started happening after that dang prank. If you ain't know, all this stuff only happened because the main cast of the game pretty much pranked their friend Hannah by convincing her that the guy she wanted, Mike, was down to get down, if you get what I'm saying. But when she got in the room and found out it was a setup, she ran out the lodge, leading to her sister running after her and both of them, you know, dying. And this junk pisses me off to this day, cause bro, talk Talk about over dramatic. I understand they pranked you, you were humiliated, you were embarrassed, but running out into the snowy woods with no coat during a blizzard?
Nothing.
What you think? You in a movie? Oh, here he goes blaming the victim. Is Hannah really that innocent though? Really? I'm not saying what happened to her was deserved. I'm not saying that. But that guy she liked wasn't like some rando or something. It was one of her best friend's boyfriend. And I can only speak for guys. I don't know if ladies got something like this. Y'all can let me know if y'all do. But guys have a rule for these situations.
Okay.
And it goes something like this.
Talk to me.
You don't do that. So honestly, a prank is calm compared to what I've seen other people get for doing the same thing. But I will say, where they dragged it was the whole recording thing. I was like, mother, is that a selfie stick? The point is, all this happens because these dudes wanted to prank her and record her. Whether Hannah was being over dramatic or was innocent or whatever, doesn't matter in this situation. Because if I was in the game, this wouldn't happen at all.
Yeah,
that's
was a stupid
my first
prank.
strategy.
Exactly.
If I was in the game, I would have caught off the prank. Put the selfie stick down, Matt. All of this could have been prevented if they just had a simple conversation. And the funny part is, the girl who orchestrated this prank wasn't even the girl that was dating Mike. It wasn't Emily, it was Jessica, the girl who ends up taking Mike from Emily later. So what was the point in all this? That's like me snitching on you because you attempted to go rob a bank and then I go rob that bank. Yeah, strategy one, I'm calling off the prank. Even if I didn't know this other stuff, bullying is just not in my nature. Unless I'm on the game, I'm a pretty nice guy. But let's say all this stuff still does happen.
And the
I come back to the cabin the next year with the whole crew.
I'm not coming back. That's strategy number 2. Not coming back.
Fugazi, Jigsaw, and a Wendigo. Well, that's also pretty simple. Here comes my second strategy. We know that Josh only got a chance to play Psycho Killer so well because he was left alone with only 2 people. But if I'm there, not a single person is leaving that crib on my watch. It's true. I don't care how bad Jesse and Mike want to get one in or how bad Emily wants to get her bag. No one is leaving the lodge until we get them lights on. Once we do, they can go die in the mines or
that makes perfect sense. It's pitch black. We have no service. Why are we venturing out in the middle of the night in the snowy woods? We can hardly see. And y'all want to venture around?
Mountain if they want to, but until then, ain't no one
Come
leaving.
on, bro.
And with everyone forced into the crib, Joshua over here won't risk doing any of that stupid Jigsaw stuff. Oh, but what about the Wendigo? You don't even gotta worry about that, because this plan kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Because after we get the lights on, the Wendigo won't even come near the crib. Why? Well, because from what we know, they only hunt at night. Meaning, the light during the day probably affects their vision. Meaning, a huge source of light like this house would be a turn off for the Wendigo.
Absolutely.
Meaning, we good. Wendigo gonna have to hold another L. She ain't eating me. It's just that easy, y'all. It really is.
Mouthwash. Ooh, okay.
A lot of y'all asked for this one. Mouthwashing is a horror game where we follow this crew aboard a spaceship who are stranded after some idiot on board caused their ship to crash. And with no one coming to save them and barely any supplies, they try and hold out with nothing but a little bit of hope.
Is this not very easy? Chain that man Johnny or the guy, like who are we? I don't want to be the main character. Wait, it's the main character we don't want to be, or do we don't want to be the other guy? No, we don't want to be the main character, bro. Hold up. If I'm the main character, I'm just killing myself. What? Oh yeah, easy.
And hella mouthwash. Boom. We got the whole setup. Now, before I continue, let me just say, this game mouthwashing is throughout the whole game, we're always the bad guy.
Yes.
If we're not playing as Jimmy, who, if you don't know, I might as well be the devil. Like, he's a terrible guy and an idiot. Actually, the same idiot who crashed the spaceship. We're playing as Curly, who obviously isn't as bad as Jimmy, but bro, this man is the GOAT of doing nothing. I just can't be either of the main characters in this game. I
exactly,
refuse.
bro.
So for this scenario, let's just say I'm a part of the crew instead.
Bet. Okay, I'm a part of the crew, but I'm not a main character. Okay, so I'm gonna be Daisuke here. Okay.
What am I gonna do to get out this situation? I mean, what can I do? The ship is destroyed. We don't got much besides mouthwash. And if we step outside, it's space. So we're dead. What I will do though, even if I am gonna go out, I'm not gonna
get back on G-Man.
Stupid
Or
Jimmy
get back
any
on
more
Jimmy,
of our
bro.
precious oxygen on his ship. Forget all these time skips. Day 0 after the crash, me and Swansea paying Jimmy over here a visit and packing him up. After that, me and the rest of the crew could just slowly go out, cause hey, at least Jimmy's gone. Mouthwashing though, yeah, this is a lot.
I mean, yeah, you really can't survive unless you foresee the future of Jimmy and then get him out of there beforehand. It's an impossible situation because all the wrong is already done.
Parasocial is another Chili as Art horror game just like the first time around, but instead of playing as a barista, this time we play as a female streamer. Yup, all my Discord members, your dream has finally been fulfilled. Derica FDB is finally real, kitty headphones and all. But being a female streamer ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Cause yeah, I already know some of y'all gonna be like, what you mean? You could just boot up a hot tub stream and run up some donos. Nah, it ain't that sweet. I mean, I could do that. But my point is there's things that come with it. Whether you're playing into the meta or just being regular, as a female streamer, you gotta be careful. Cause them same dudes donating, spamming W's, you know, tier 3 sub for 4 years, could be the same ones thinking you their girlfriend and following you home. And that's exactly what this one's about.
And that's why you gotta live in an open carry state. If it's not open carry, you shouldn't be living there. Not if you're a female streamer. Need a security guard on you at all times.
Social relationships. Meaning, we got another stalker on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. So that should be easy, right? Just pop my domain like I did last time and I win. Nah, cause in this game, it's a bit more elaborate than that. You see, the stalker in this game has multiple chances to get me. But for some reason, he don't. He sees me at the store, he sees me in the elevator. The dude even gets into my apartment and he don't do nothing.
How does he get in my apartment though? Our door just doesn't lock? The locks just don't work? Like, how does he just get into the,
What is wrong with you? What, you just stalking me for the love of the game, for sport? Try and kill me already. This dude even pulls up on me in the coffee shop and starts watching my VODs right next to me. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. If one of y'all pulled this on me, just expect to get popped or the authorities called.
That's happened to me. I was chilling, sitting down. This kid came up right beside me, blasting my video in my ear. Just blasting it, bro. He didn't say a word to me or nothing. And y'all don't understand, like, I'm not exaggerating at all. I didn't look to my left because I truly don't know how close he was, but I'm telling you, this is what it sounded like.
Viral TikTok foods from recipes to snacks, starting off with a Gatorade burger.
I felt like I could hear his phone speaker vibrating in my ear. I promise you, bro. I felt like I could hear it vibrating.
On you immediately. I'm not playing. But the point is, this dude is just not doing anything. Instead, what he'll do is he'll pull up to my stream and say all this weird stuff in my chat. Like, what is going on?
I go to Chill's Coffee
I don't
too.
stalk people often, so I don't know too much. But this isn't regular stalker activity. He would have struck by now.
No,
so
it is.
What is going on?
Trust, I know.
It turns out, while you do have a stalker, it's not actually a tier 15 sub from your streams. It turns out it's your ex. And not just him, but someone he hired to stalk you. His uncle who's pretending to be a cop so you don't go to them.
There's a whole lineup?
And his mama who's pretending to be the building manager to monitor you.
What? Wait, okay. Why do they have so much free time, bro?
How the frick did he get his mama in this? And he's doing all so he can look like a hero when he comes to save you from your stalker and get back with you. I know.
What?
Insane. And while I am pretty smart, you know, I know big words. Homeostasis. I don't think I would figure this out.
I wouldn't either.
How would I deal with this? Well, after some thinking.
It's not like you're dying, right?
Bro, I'm a streamer. A female streamer. Sorry, I just like doing that effect. It has nothing to do with it. But I'm a streamer, a pretty successful one at that. 2K live viewers?
Yeah.
That's pool. And that pool is gonna be what wins me this one. Imagine this. The stalker, after successfully following me around for the day,
gonna whip that phone
into my stream
out
to torment me and send me some more cryptic messages or whatever.
Yeah.
As soon as I see his messages pop up on the feed, all he gonna hear is, yo, chat, find out where this guy lives. His heart gonna immediately.
Wait. Hold on. Okay. No, that's not what you want to do, bro. That is not the move. That is not.
Immediately dropped to his ankles. And considering my viewers are Japanese, I have no doubt they'll find every drop of info about this man.
That is not the move,
that ain't even
bro.
racist. Japan got one of the highest average IQs, so back off. In fact, they'll find so much info that my ex will have no choice but to call off his little ruse. And then he'll leave me alone. No violence, no bloodshed, just a little intimidation.
Was there
of
any
his
violence or
employees.
bloodshed
He'll
that
realize
was
the
gonna
power
happen?
these VTuber holds. Only downside is I'll probably get banned if I'm streaming on somewhere like Twitch and lose my livelihood.
Exactly.
And before you say, oh, but you could just tell me you're being stalked and felt unsafe. You think Twitch cares about their streamers' safety? Nope, but parasocial, I'm surviving. That was pretty much all the horror games I wanted to go over this time, and y'all know what to do. Comment down below the ones you guys.
As always, all is survival by me. Right? I don't. What was? I mean, mouth washing, like, you literally can't survive, so that doesn't count at all. So flawless survival by me. Maybe a few scratches here and there, nothing too serious. Amazing video by Derek.